Anyway, because I was able to clear the final dead room, I was able to obtain several rights. And one of those rights was the freedom to move between Grape House and Strawberry House. Not only that, but whenever I move back and forth, I don't even need to play the game again. Move back and forth? Where would you even be able to do that? And how?
Man,
Hey Hajime,
you stay quiet.
you've been repeating yourself over and over and it's bugging me. Can you let me speak freely for a change? Oh frick, battery's getting low, huh? Anyway, I'm definitely lucky. Thanks to that, I was able to clear the roulette at the highest difficulty. And I obtained quite an amazing prize as my reward. Is that the Future Foundation file?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a continuation of the file we received at the roller coaster. Continuation? There's even more detailed information about the Killing School life that was in the earlier file. The Killing School life? You mean the killings that took place at Hope's Peak Academy, right? If you're wondering, this is from the first game. We've got there, Makoto. We've got Byakuya, Toko, Kyoko, and I forgot about the two. I'm pretty sure that's Asahi, I think. I can't remember, man. It's been too long. As I recall, Byakuya was one of the students who participated in it. But even when we learn more about the Killing School life, it has no relevance to us whatsoever. There was information about the order of the killings and who the killer was for each incident. I find it extremely boring to read about the deaths of the people that I don't even know.
Right?
Besides, Byakuya, of course. Then, it's just as I thought. That Byakuya was the Byakuya we knew, right?
But
However, I can say the information was completely useless. In truth, there are similarities between the Killing School life and this Killing School trip. Yeah. Similarities. For example, the first murder involved someone important getting stabbed to death in an unexpected place.
hey,
The second murder revealed the presence of a serial killer among the group. And the third murder was actually two killings that happened in succession.
hey,
What do you guys think about these strange similarities? It's definitely strange.
well,
I can't think of these as coincidences, especially if Monokuma is behind the motives and driving the murders. What are you trying to say?
hey,
By the way, the fourth murder of the Killing School life was apparently ruled a suicide. Yeah, it's Sakura. Huh? Whether that means something or not is something each person should think about on their own. So don't tell me this is suicide. I think he's implying. Because in the first game, there was one character named Sakura. He was the ultimate martial artist. And if you're wondering, she was also in that statue, I think in Strawberry House. So if he's saying that it's similar, then nah, I don't think this is a coincidence. Don't tell me that the murder here is suicide. I just wanted to tell you guys the truth. The truth? Are you sure you're not just trying to confuse us?
jeez.
Your complaints just never end, do they? If you're gonna talk like that, I won't want to tell you anymore. And I even learned what your talent is too. Huh?
Well,
Well, that file wasn't the only one I received from Monokuma. This is another one. That seal.
Yep.
Indeed, it's the Hope's Peak Academy school crest.
Perhaps.
Does that have information about our stolen memories?
How unfortunate.
Unfortunately, I couldn't find any clues about that. This file doesn't contain our information, just Hajime's information. What? It's just mine? Just mine?
Why?
Isn't that weird? Why only Hajime's information?
Jeez.
It's quite troubling that you would ask me that. I must say it was always interesting that Hajime was the only one who couldn't remember his talent.
Right?
But that ends now. Are you serious? Did you really find out why I was chosen by Hope's Peak Academy?
Man.
In a way, it's just as Chiaki said. Hajime's existence is special because you were just some reserve corps student from the reserve department. What? So I was just ordinary. A freaking substitute or a backup. Huh?
Well,
Unlike the primary department for main course students who possess ultimate talents, the reserve department is for the reserve course students who enter the school through a basic entrance exam. Essentially, you're like a substitute or the second string. Man, I just said that. Well, even then, that's just in name only. The reserve department pretty much only exists to increase Hope's Peak Academy's revenue stream. Reserve department, substitute, second string, revenue stream. What is he saying? Like I said, to be a reserve course student, you don't need to possess an ultimate talent. You just have to pay a rather costly entrance fee and tuition. With the funds obtained from these exams, the academy can focus on bolstering and researching talent. Through this, the symbols of hopes can be raised,
isn't that right?
which means you're just a stepladder, but you should feel honored. An average, talentless human can be put to good use for those who are known as mankind's hope. What the hell does that mean? Perhaps you simply weren't determined enough. Did you admire Hope? Were you willing to sacrifice your body and soul to attend Hope's Peak Academy? Or maybe you were just obsessed with Hope's Peak Academy, like a fangirl following the latest trend. It's not like that. I
Stop it.
wanted to become Hope. If that's what you're thinking, just stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents and a strong will. And the moment you're born into this world, you either have that or you don't.
There's no mistake.
It has nothing to do with effort. You must be chosen by Hope to become Hope.
You don't even know?
That's why it's not even worth admiring. Or were you so blinded by your admiration of Hope's Peak Academy that you couldn't even see that? Ugh. You're just some nobody from the reserve course who never had a talent to begin with. A nobody who forgot he was a nobody. That's all. Then I'm just... That's right. You were never an ultimate. You had no talent whatsoever. Man, that's harsh. I don't have any talent. I'm just an ordinary high school student.
Man.
Aw, I feel sorry for you. Are you shocked to learn that you were the only one who didn't have a talent?
That's not it.
But still, if you think about it positively, it looks like there's no more reason to doubt you. Now that we know who you are, a normal, average, utterly unremarkable high school student, there's no way you could be associated with a future foundation. But, if it's not Hajime, then who in the world could the traitor be? The survivor of the previous killing school life, Byakuya, would have been the most likely candidate. But now that's probably impossible.
Hey.
Hey, are you listening?
Hold it.
There's no need for you to listen to this.
What?
Huh?
Well,
It may be important to talk about who the traitor is, but we need to focus on Mekamaru's murder first. Because if we can survive the class trial, everyone is going to die together anyway. In that case, would a traitor be among those killed as well? That's something I truly wonder about.
Yep.
Oh well, it's fine. I'll stop for now.
Hey.
You said you cleared the final dead room and obtained these files. That means you must have gone to the octagon, right?
Hey.
Are you curious about the ultimate weapon?
So,
Did you find out what it was? Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Is there any reason I should answer that? Huh? What the hell? I'm the one who cleared the room, and I'm free to divulge any clues I obtain there as I see fit, right? Are you planning to keep it a secret? Are you planning to side with the killer again?
Man.
Like I said, I'm not on the killer's side. That hasn't changed since this began. How many times must I repeat myself? I just want hope to shine even brighter. What are you saying doesn't make sense at all. Just tell us already. Tell us about the ultimate weapon.
Jeez.
I guess I have no choice. I suppose I can tell you one little tidbit. You're right, I did go to a place that seemed to be the octagon, and I found many different weapons there. But I didn't find anything worthy of the name ultimate weapon. Don't lie, there's no way that's possible.
Stop it.
Coming from someone with no talent like yourself, that's truly offensive. What did you say?
oh,
Fine, I understand. Now's not the time for us to be fighting anyway. If you won't tell us, we gotta do it ourselves. Now, shall we go back to investigating Mekamaru's case? We better hurry, the class trial is gonna start soon.
You're right.
I haven't even seen the crime scene. Also, the guys in Strawberry House should be coming over to this side any moment now.
Bye now.
Then, while we're at it, I'll go on ahead.
hey.
Hey Hajime, it's okay, I already know. You want me to focus on Nekomaru's case right now, right? It's true that I'm shocked, but now's not the time for me to feel like that. Right now, I can't afford to be the only one who's depressed. I need to survive with everyone else and return home. That's what's most important. Isn't that right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm relieved to hear that. We should get moving then. Yeah, you're right. I should just forget about it for now. I need to focus on Nekomaru's case. Okay, let's get out of here. Now I really don't know where I'm gonna go now. Ah, there. They finally arrived. Huh. I have returned from the depths of hell. Gundam.
Yo.
Yo, sorry we're late.
Hey.
Just so all you know, it's all thanks to me. I'm the one who fixed the elevator. See? It's just as I said, right?
Hey.
Hey, are you even listening to me? I'm trying to stand out here.
Hey.
More importantly, Kazuichi, did you look into that matter I asked you about? Huh? Oh, that thing about the compass. I looked into it while I was coming here, but I think this compass might be broken.
You stay quiet.
I didn't ask for your opinion, just tell me the results. Huh? Well, the compass needle rotated 180 degrees while we were riding the elevator. The needle rotated 180? I see, it's just as I thought. Huh? Hey, what do you mean by that? Well, obviously, the elevator mostly likely rotated 180 degrees. The elevator rotated. Now then, I should go investigate Nekomaru's body. As if he were thumbing his nose at us, Nagito began making his way toward Grape Tower.
Oh my.
The hell is wrong with him? Doesn't he seem pissed off or something? Nagito, what do you know? How much do you know? Okay, Kazuichi's account. Let's try to talk to him. Oh, level up. As soon as I came over here, I checked this first, but it looks like the panel was definitely forced open. The elevator panel?
Hey.
It might be better if I explain how the elevator was broken, huh? No, I heard the gist of it from Nagito. They broke the elevator by tampering with a safety device, right?
Right.
Oh, looks like word travels fast. Check out the panel over here. It's just as I thought. Looks like they forced open the panel and changed the settings by tampering with a safety device. It definitely looks like the panel was forced open, which means the elevator was broken at Grape House. Hey, I just repaired the elevator.
Hold it.
But let's do it later. Okay. Let's talk to Fuyuhiko.
Damn right.
Nekomaru should be inside Grape Tower. Yeah. I'll go on ahead. We were a little late. Gunham?
Hey.
I guess Nagito is like a tardy detective. What are you talking about?
See?
It's a trope in mystery games. They always come to the crime scene late just to make an important discovery. But they can never reach the truth of the case. They just end up feeding the main character's assumption.
Yep.
Well, in Nagito's case, he's not the type to feed anyone. He'll just make things even more complicated. That's true. He's such a troublesome person, but lately I feel like he's been acting weirder. I don't think a new discovery is bad though. He might be able to find something we completely overlooked. I made you wait.
Judgment!
The time has come to destroy all murderous illusions. Aw man, again with his nonsense statements.
You serious?
Nekomaru, are you serious?
Damn it.
I don't know who did this, but this is pretty fucked up.
Hey,
Now's not the time to get sentimental. Come on, we need to hurry up and investigate. But we've already investigated everything we can here.
wow.
No, you haven't. There's still something you should be able to investigate more thoroughly. Now that Mikan is no longer with us, we can't perform an autopsy.
Right?
But Kazuichi should be able to disassemble the body, right? Eh?
It cannot be.
Is that true? Are you going to disassemble Nekomaru's body?
I won't forgive you.
Don't screw with me. Hasn't Coach Nekomaru had been through enough already?
You don't know?
Been through enough? We need to perform this investigation so we can find out who the killer is. Or perhaps you don't want to know, Akane. Maybe you don't care about what happened to Nekomaru.
Damn it!
Why you...
You stay quiet.
If you suck at using your brain and you really want to know who the killer is, try not to interfere so much.
Jeez.
Come on, Kazuichi. What are you standing there for? Damn it, fine. I just have to do it, right? I know I said I wanted to see his insides, but not like this. This is just too much.
Well,
Come on, are you guys feeling okay too? Now's not the time to be staring into space. Nagito, there's definitely something wrong with you. Maybe he's just pissed because we're not talented enough for him. I thought he was just treating me differently ever since he found out I have no talent, but it seems like that's not entirely the case. His attitude towards everyone else is strange now too. But why? Okay. Gunham? Even mongrels like you possess a soul, and that soul resides within your heart. But no matter how hard you search the insides of this machine, you will never find a heart.
What happened?
So where did Nekomaru's soul wander off to? It's interesting to think about, don't you agree?
jeez.
Now's not the time to be staring, okay?
Damn it.
We've come so far, there's no way I can get sentimental at a time like this. I feel awful for Nekomaru, but this is necessary if we're gonna find out the truth behind the case. As he forced out his voice through his clenched teeth, Kazuichi faced Nekomaru, his eyes full of determination, and began stabbing his tool knife into Nekomaru's body. Huh? Where did you get that tool knife? Nagito gave it to me. He said he had it ready before we even went to the amusement park. So Nagito did that too. It's like Nagito has full control of the situation.
Maybe.
Looks like the damage to his head is the reason. Huh? The reason Nekomaru died, I mean. Stopped functioning. Ah. His torso is covered with huge dents and his parts are dislocated. Maybe a gear shift broke too. Well, for now I tried disassembling Nekomaru's chest. That should help us learn something, right? If that's the case, I need to look at Nekomaru's body one more time. Apparently Kazuichi is finished disassembling Nekomaru's body. I should probably check it out one more time. Okay. Nekomaru's chest and left leg are tied up with a strong metal wire, almost as if he had been bound. But the killer was able to take on robotic Nekomaru. Who did it, and how were they able to bind him? The tip of this wire. It looked like it's been tied into a loop, but what's the meaning behind this? Nekomaru's chest panel is open. The clock inside is completely exposed. The hands of the clock looks like they're pointing to 7:30. Also, it looks like the clock's alarm was set for 7:30 AM. Maybe that's the clue. You remember the guys heard an alarm? It's where Fuyuhiko was staying. Maybe that's the trigger where the murder took place, or what time it took place. Which means this clock broke the moment the alarm started ringing at 7:30 AM. But 7:30 AM is strange, right? I mean, we shouldn't arrive at Grape Tower just before 7 AM for Monokuma's Tai Chi. Is this clock malfunctioning? No, wait. This is a highly efficient radio clock. Radio clock? It's a type of clock that receives radio signals so it can automatically update the time at fixed intervals. Simply put, it's an extremely accurate clock. That's right, it's a clock that will never slow down. It's even designed so that it cannot be adjusted. Haha, I've become a Time Lord. Well, even if it's an accurate clock, they didn't need to install it inside your body. What are you saying? I don't need to wear a wristwatch ever again. An accurate radio clock that never slows down, huh? If that's the case, why does this broken clock say 7:30 AM? Okay, we've got the head. There's something protruding from the back of Nekomaru's neck. It's the goodnight button that forces Nekomaru to enter sleep mode. Maybe someone touched the button and then staged this whole murder up so that they can disguise themselves. By chance, did the killer press this and force Nekomaru into sleep mode? Maybe the killer really did press this to make Nekomaru enter sleep mode. Even so, it's the back of Nekomaru's neck. Getting behind him to press it would be a Herculean task. Okay, lastly, the blood. Oh no, the oil. The blood-like substance flowing out of Nekomaru's body seems to be oil, based on the smell. It seems to be flowing heaviest from Nekomaru's head, probably because that's where the fatal blow was dealt. Anyway, that's a whole lot of oil. It's not gonna be easy to clean up. No, now's not the time to even worry about that. I should back off for now. What's wrong with him? He's crouching over Nekomaru's body, and it almost seems like he's glaring at him. What else, man? It may be a potential weapon, but I feel like it's a little too clean. If it's the weapon, it makes sense if it was a little dirtier. And where did the killer get this hammer? I have never seen anything like this before now. The only thing I can think of is... the final dead room. The octagon. They had to have obtained it from there. It's the only place I can think of. She's staring at Nekomaru's body with terrifying eyes. Hey, blood's dripping from your fist.
I'm good.
It's nothing. I was just holding back my anger and dug my nails into my palm.
Damn it.
This is nothing. It doesn't hurt at all compared to Nekomaru.
I won't forgive you.
I will never forgive the killer. The Monokuma file isn't useful at all. Every time you get one, the information is all half-assed.
Fine.
Let me clarify, don't get me wrong, but I'm sorry to say that I need you all to understand.
Hey.
You purposely don't write anything specific enough to lead to the killer's identity on purpose, right?
Yes! Hey,
If I wrote something like that, you'd be able to find out who the Black Hand is.
that's right!
If that happens, the class trial won't get heated up.
You stupid brother!
Then you shouldn't have prepared it in the first place.
Monomy's such a dumb child.
You stupid little sister, you don't understand at all. The number of fans who are eagerly waiting for the moment I present the Monokuma file is over 100,000. 100,000 people? You're just trying to scare me with the made-up numbers.
It's true.
It's not made up. I have proof, you know. Well, you wise guys should already know that. No, they shouldn't. Don't make me say it. It's embarrassing.
You're so evil!
I'm not. Why did they come here again? I should have kept my mouth shut. Now I'm just exhausted.
But still,
I'm sure it's painful for Kazuichi to do something like this too. We can't let this go to waste. We need to find something no matter what. I am terribly sorry, but I simply cannot investigate Nekomaru's body. Huh. Nagito?
You're the worst.
Jeez, this is the worst. Huh?
Jeez.
You guys overlook an important clue. I swear you're just the worst. As I thought, there's no way I can leave this to you guys. What are you talking about?
Well,
I found this under a fragment of the pillar that tipped over. Ah, a doorknob.
you don't even know?
Looks like the screw came out with it. That wouldn't happen unless you applied a ton of force to it. Plus, it looks like there are scratches near the base of the doorknob.
Hey,
Don't you think it's strange?
see?
If we examine the far back door in Grape Tower, the doorknob is still intact, right? Now that you mention it, you're right.
Now then.
If that's the case, where did this doorknob come from? If it's not the door that leads to Strawberry Hall, then there's only one other possibility. It'd have to be the door connected to Grape Hall that we have entered from, right? Well, it makes sense to think about it like that. We should try it out. Try it out? How?
You don't know?
We take the elevator to Strawberry House and we enter Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall. That's the only way we can use the other side of that door, right? But the button to open the door in Strawberry Hall is broken, right?
It's obvious.
We can just repair it. After all, we have the ultimate mechanic on our side. Well, you're right, but I need parts to repair the Strawberry Hole. I can repair it if it's broken, but if I don't have enough parts, there's not much I can do about it. But you have plenty of parts right here. Aw man, he's thinking of using Nekomaru's body.
See?
Just use Nekomaru. I'm sure if you dig through his body, you can find parts you can use. Hold on. Are you saying we should just use parts from our dead friend? Man, it's insane. It's called recycling. It's a much better alternative than disposing it with the rest of the junk, right? Junk?
Hey,
Well, Kazuichi, is it possible or impossible? Like you said, I could probably use these parts to repair that button, but seriously, hold on. Even if you do repair the button, what's going to happen to the chain on the other side of the door?
huh?
Chain? The door that leads to Strawberry Hole has a chain wrapped around the doorknob. Even if you fix the bottom of the Strawberry Hole side, the door won't open as long as the chain is there. You don't need to worry about that at all. Huh? I don't need to worry about? What does that mean?
Now then.
Kazuichi, we should go over to Strawberry Hole so you can repair the door. Hey, I'm not finished. Hajime, you're going to come later. You're going to come later too, right? It'd be really bothersome if you didn't. I mean, if there's someone in the tower, the door won't open at all.
Right?
So you should at least make sure you're not pulling my leg. After tersely saying that, Nagito left the area. What the hell happened to him? He seemed on edge about something. Who knows?
Damn right.
And that reminds me, Nagito asked Kazuichi to do something weird for him, right?
Yep.
It had something to do with an elevator spins 180 degrees. I wonder what it could mean.